Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Daniel Ek to make first Arsenal takeover bid this week as Thierry Henry outlines vision, and then we're going to look at Arsenal chief Stan Kroenke's stance on Mikel Arteta's sacking and summer spending spree. So the first news headline states that Daniel Ek to make first Arsenal takeover bid this week as Thierry Henry outlines vision. So the reports are stating that Daniel Ek is expected to launch an official bid to Stan Kroenke this week as he aims to become the new Arsenal owner, and it looks like Daniel Ek is expected to make a formal offer to buy Arsenal this week and will aim to restore the club's DNA, Thierry Henry has revealed. The Spotify founder has spoken of his interest in the club in recent days and is now prepared to take this to the next stage by submitting a bid to owner Stan Kroenke by the end of this week, The Telegraph has revealed. Stan Kroenke has responded to reports of Daniel Ek's desire of becoming the new owner of the Gunners, insisting that he has no intention to sell the club. Despite Stan Kroenke appearing reluctant to give up his position at the club, the Arsenal Invincibles trio of Dennis Bergkamp, Patrick Vieira and Thierry Henry are all expected to support Daniel Ek's takeover proposal. Some supporters have raised questions as to whether or not Daniel Ek's intentions will be similar to that of the current ownership, though Thierry Henry has backed the Swedish billionaire as a suitable option. Speaking on Sky Sports' Monday Night Football programme, Arsenal's all-time leading goalscorer said, "I know a lot of people wanted to hear about it. It is true that Daniel is an Arsenal fan. He didn't say that for any publicity. He's an Arsenal fan for a very long time. He approached us, we listened to him. When we knew first and foremost that he wanted to involve the fans, then we met the Arsenal supporters' trust. We told them what we wanted to do to bring them back on board, make them part of the meetings and knowing what's happening. You need to put the DNA back into the club. He wants to buy the club, he reached out, and there's going to be a bid. If I wasn't part of the bid, I would have backed it from afar, because I want the club to run a bit better and the fans to be involved. It is not so much only about what's happening on the field, it is what is happening off the field, and that the fans are not happy about it." Arsenal's involvement in the proposed European Super League was viewed as one step too far by many supporters of the club who expressed their disappointment and anger at the extremely controversial breakaway project. Kroenke protests took place at the Emirates in the days that followed the Super League debacle, with many convinced that a high stage at the highest level of the club must take place. For Henry, Daniel Ek would help to restore the club's DNA, which he believes was lost long before recent events. He wants to inject the Arsenal DNA back into the club, which is for me long gone, said the Frenchman. You don't have Arsenal people there amongst the board, which might show the right direction. But that's what Daniel wants to do. He has already reached out. He already said he has collected the funds to put in a good bid. Now they need to listen. He wants to make sure the team is what it used to be. So it looks like Daniel Ek is to make his first Arsenal takeover bid this week. And you have to wait and see how this Daniel Ek takeover may pan out in the future. And this nicely takes us on to the second piece of news, which states that Arsenal chief Stan Kroenke's stance on Mikel Arteta's sacking and summer spending spree. So the reports are stating that Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has been tipped for the sack amid their difficult Premier League campaign. Arsenal owner Stan Kroenke has told Mikel Arteta his job at the Emirates Stadium is safe, according to reports. The Spaniard has overseen a problematic Premier League campaign, with the Gunners sitting ninth in the table. However, Stan Kroenke is likely to spend big this summer to list some of the doom and gloom mood that's engulfed the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal fans thought they were braced for a good season under Arteta after the Spaniards scooped the FA Cup and Community Shield trophies. However, the Gunners have struggled and are currently likely to miss out on Champions League football for the full season on the trot. Talk of Arsenal potentially sacking Arteta has started to gather pace again in recent times, especially with managers such as Massimiliano Allegri and Eddie Howe currently on the market. But Eurosport say Kroenke has assured that the Spaniard will still be in charge next season. The report acknowledges how recent protests over the American ownership could deter him from sanctioning a big summer spending spree. However, it appears that isn't the case. Kroenke is willing to back Arsenal in this summer's transfer window, mindful they need reinforcements if they're going to climb up the table and challenge for the title. Yet, there are some issues behind the scene. Figures close to Arsenal said to feel there's a lack of understanding at the top level of the club about the hyper players that will be interested in moving. There are concerns that some of the higher profile targets won't be interested, especially with no Champions League football to offer. But also need Arteta to work wonders again by personally persuading players to join, like he did with Martin Odegaard back in January. Odegaard is one of the names on Arsenal's radar as they look to bolster their ranks, and they've also emerged as strong suitors for Brighton star Eva Bissouma, who has flourished over at the Amex Stadium this term. Arsenal could yet qualify for the Champions League by winning the Europa League. The Gunners show Villarreal 2-1 from the first leg in Spain and will host the La Liga outfit in the reverse fixture on Thursday. However, Unai Emery's sides are the favourites to go through and were the better side during the contest last time out. Though Arteta is safe for the time being, TalkSport pundit Tony Cascarino thinks he will be sacked should Arsenal start next season in similarly disappointing form. I was thinking about Arsenal and Tottenham, funnily enough, at the same time yesterday, Cascarino said. I was just thinking about how much of a mess these two clubs have got themselves into, and it stems from ownership that has played a massive part. The clubs are in a mess, both have built new stadiums, state of the art. The Emirates was brilliant when it was built, compete with the very best in Europe, and Tottenham have done it likewise. The problem is they're in a mess on the field. Things are going to be changing at those two clubs. Arteta has got a massive challenge in reinventing Arsenal. He will get this summer to do that, but 10 games into next year, if things are not very different, he won't survive. So it looks like Stan Kroenke's stance on Mikel Arteta's sacking and summer spending spree has been revealed, and it looks like Stan Kroenke is ready to back Mikel Arteta and spend big in the summer transfer window, and it looks like Mikel Arteta won't be sacked until the next season, and he will be at the club and manager of Arsenal from the start of next season. But if things don't go as expected and he underperforms once again, he'll probably be sacked as well. But other than that, guys, remain blessed. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.